hug.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll just be sharing with you a story from 1 Samuel 15 about how Saul wanted to please people rather than God. And the title kind of this little devotional, I guess you could call it, is Seeking Validation from Man or God. So as followers of Christ, we should want and be led to please God and not people. Here in the story of 1 Samuel 15, Saul went against God and what God told him to do. Let's read verse 24 from 1 Samuel 15. It says, Saul answered Samuel, I have sinned. I have transgressed the Lord's command and your words, because I was afraid of the people. I obeyed them. So Samuel came to Saul and gave him clear instructions on what God told him to do, and he totally went against that. And you see here that he said that he sinned. He went against God because of people. He obeyed the people and not God. And I just think it's very important for us when we hear God and we hear his commands, or we even reading the Bible, we hear and we see how he's called us to live, what he's called us to do, and we should obey this against what somebody else tells us or what somebody else may say. We have to be in alignment and with what God says. And Proverbs 29 and 25 says, the fear of man is a snare, but the one who trusts in the Lord is protected. So when we fear man, there's a snare. But when we fear God and trust in God, there's protection. And we see later on in this story about how Saul gets rejected as king because he disobeyed God, because he wanted to listen to people and he didn't want to listen and obey God. God rejected him, and out of his disobedience he was rejected as king. And God eventually has anointed another king, which if you keep reading you'll find out. But Saul was disobedient, and there's consequences for disobedience. And if he would have just listened to God and did exactly what God told him to do, instead of trying to worry about what people maybe thought of him, or maybe he was in good with the people and he didn't want to cause any controversy, or he didn't want to cause any uproars in it, but that cost him his position as king, and he disobeyed God. And so there's consequences for the things that we do that are not right. And we see in the story how Saul is actually rejected as king. He does ask God to forgive him, but God said he did too many things after this point, and God rejected him as king. And that's what this story is about. I just wanted to share this with you guys, that we should follow what God wants us to do and not man. And I hope that you got something from this Bible study. And if you want to go read 1 Samuel 15 to learn more about that story, you can. And I just hope that you have a good rest of your day, and take care. Bye.